Hi, I'm Tony DeSalvo with Salon Republic, and today I'm going to show you how to crimp hair. One of the most important things for crimping hair is an excellent crimping iron. I'm using Sam Villa's small crimping iron, which is a more modern look as opposed to the 80s deep wide crimp. This will give us a nice texture crimp without being in that deep 80s look. First, I'm going to take an ample amount of the product, about a fingertip's worth. I'm going to spread it through my hand. I'm going to make sure there's no big clumps. I'm going to take this section about the width of the iron, but also depends on the density, the amount of hair in each section. I'm going to wipe the product through the hair. Then I'm going to start from the scalp and work my way out through the ends. I'm going to hit the iron and actually use a bit of compression, meaning the force that's holding the iron together. And then as I work down the hair, I make sure to line up the next crimp right next to the finish of the last crimp so that I get a consistency in my crimp. Now this kind of crimp isn't like the 80s deep wave. This is more of a texture crimp, which gives the feeling of the hair is more like woven or a fabric-like, and really gives a beautiful overall effect to the hair. Once again, using plenty of compression as I work my way down each section of the hair. Now sometimes in more, for younger or more playful styles, maybe you'll just crimp sections of the hair or a certain area of the hair. Or you may just want the whole texture of the head to have this really great woven texture to it, so you'll do the whole thing. You can see how the crimp gives a nice big panel because of the product in there, and then when you're finished, after you've done the whole head, you'll pull apart in sections and have this wonderful texture to the hair. I'm Tony DeSalvo, and that's how to crimp hair.